little bit of Anastasia for these bitch ass hoes. My highlights fucking poppin'.
Hey y'all, welcome to my video. Girl, welcome to my channel. If you don't know, you probably don't know, but I've definitely been MIA for a little bit, like maybe 2 weeks. That's a long time for me because this is like my job. But anyway, I'm back. We got another video with this super duper cutie hair from, I think it's Longqi Hair. I see Longqi Hair. Whatever it is, I'm gonna put all this stuff on the screen because I'll be mispronouncing stuff, and all the descriptions and links and coupon codes and everything will be in the description box below. But today we're gonna do a bleach test. Like, does your bleach really matter when you're going to lift hair to color it and do all of that good stuff? And also we're gonna be changing the curl pattern of these straight bundles. You would have never knew. You would have never knew. So let's get into all that. If you would like to see how I transform this hair, just keep on watching.
All right, so this is the little cute box that the hair came in, and this is from Longqi Hair. You can find them on Instagram, and again, all the links, descriptions, coupons, all of that good jazz will be in the description box below. We have a 10-inch frontal, 12, 14, and 16-inch straight bundles. Now, for me, straight bundles never really hold a curl. They're kind of like it'll curl, but they just won't hold. You'll have to really spray them down and put a lot of product on them to keep your style if it's not just a straight like bob or just a straight hairstyle. So today I wanted to go ahead and lift the hair, testing out 2 different bleaches and change the curl pattern. So on the frontal and the shortest 12-inch bundle, we use the BW2 bleach, and then on the 14 and 16-inch bundles, we use the Wella hair bleach. Now you can already tell the 2 longer bundles did bleach lighter than the frontal and the 12-inch bundle. They were left on the same amount of time, which is about an hour. I'm going to use the same bleaching process with the hairbrush and the same amount of developer. I used 30 volume developer for both. And these are the results we got. I'm really liking the Wella hair bleach. It lifted like a whole bunch of shades, and you can see that the hair has highlights and lowlights in it, whereas the BW2, I feel like it kind of dried out the hair a little bit more, and it did not get as light, even though it was left on the same amount of time with the same type of developer. So I'm definitely going to be only reaching for Wella bleach from this point forward, just because I'm in love with how the hair lifted and transformed after being left on, and it really just did all the work for me. I don't feel like I need to deposit any more color onto this. This was pretty much the color I was going for, like a true honey brown shade, and you can see the highlights and lowlights. Now this is the 12-inch bundle that was bleached with the BW2 bleach, and you can see it still has some brown, dark brown 1B shades in there. Still a nice color, just not as light as I wanted it to be. This will probably need another short process to get to the level of the Wella hair bleach. These are all the ingredients you'll need to to change the curl pattern of your hair without stripping all of the moisture out of it. We have apple cider vinegar, coconut oil, olive oil, and you'll use water and some boiling rods to go ahead and change the hair color. I will list the mixture, the ingredients, like the portions that you need, but I really just ended up eyeballing it because I put too much water in the pot to begin with. So I'll link the video where I got this, recipe from, and how you need to go about trying to change the curl pattern of your hair. So if you have straight bundles, because sometimes straight hair tends to be cheaper, but if you want to have it be more versatile and a permanent curl pattern change, this is what you would do. So I'm rolling the hair back up until like if it was in a bundle, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a 2-strand twist all the way down, and then I'll use the curling rod to secure the hair for boiling. And I felt like this size rod was the best to get like a body wave, loose wave type of curl pattern. So you want to make sure you're secure, your ends are secure, and that the hair is tightly wound onto the rod, and that it's really just secure even when you roll it all the way up to the top. It's not loose or really moving around too much. If you need to go back and like readjust, which I did after I did the whole bundle, to make sure it doesn't fling off, like you'll see in a second it kind of looks loose, I go back afterwards and make it tight so that it does not move. You're just going to repeat these steps with all 3 bundles and the frontal. just do a simple 2-strand twist. You could get a tighter curl pattern if you did a 3-strand twist or a braid and then curled it up. You could get a tighter curl pattern if you use smaller rods, and a looser curl pattern if you use larger rods. Now this is a pretty long process, but I feel like it was worth it because I feel like my hair has so much more styling capabilities when it has a actual curl pattern that will hold styles. Straight hair just does not really hold styles well. So this is what the hair looks like. You can see that all the hair is tightly curled up, rotted up, and it's not going to move. And you're going to put it just like this into the boiling pot with all your different ingredients to go ahead and begin this process of changing the curl pattern. So what I started out doing was trying to do the recipe per bundle, but there was just too much water in my pot, or I didn't have a large enough pot, whatever the case was. And this has now been deemed my hair pot. I have to get a whole new like cooking pot because we can't just be, you know, transferring stuff. But I put the amount of water in, it was like 5 liters or something like that. But I was trying to do it per, you know, 100 ounces, whatever grams of hair that it's supposed to be, when really I just ended up eyeballing it to make sure that there was enough product in the pot to saturate all of the hair that I had in there. Because once it gets to boiling, it's going to seep into the hair, and I didn't want any bundle to, you know, dry out from not having enough product in the pot. So this is just 1/3 cup of coconut oil, and like I said, I was trying to do 4, but you know, the more liquids you put into the pot, the higher it goes. And I'm like, I have to boil this, it's going to boil over. I'm just going to end up making a mess. So anyway, I just eyeballed it. I started off with the coconut oil, and then I put in a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and then really I just used the whole bottle of apple cider vinegar. These ingredients are going to what keeps the moisture in your hair, because using such high heat and leaving it in for the amount of time that you have to leave it in to get the curl pattern to become permanent can dry out the hair, and you don't want that for your bundles. It will be stiff. Your hair won't move. It won't look nice. It won't look nice. And then these ingredients also keep it, allow it to keep its luster. So I bring the hair up to a boil, and then I let it sit and simmer on like 4 I left it in for like 1.5 hours. So after I let it sit and simmer for 1.5 hours, then I went ahead and rinsed the hair out. I left the rods in. If there was any that was too loose, I went ahead and re-curled those, put the rods back on there so it was nice and tight. On the original video that I saw this method on, she said she dipped it in the sink. So I just started to let the sink fill up and continue rinsing the hair off, trying to get a lot of the product off. You're going to have to wash it after the hair dries, but you want to keep it in the rods until the hair is completely dried. I'm just rinsing off some of the products from it sitting in that, concoction of simmering stuff. So as you can see, you'll start to see some of the product residue in the sink from dipping it in. And we're just trying to get some of that off. And then we're going to let this hair pretty much air dry. Now that could take a couple days because I initially just put it on hangers. And I was going to do how the video said and let it air dry said, but this is just going to take entirely too long. So I went ahead and took my mom's blow dryer, the one that you can like sit on the floor and, dry your hair. I just turned it like upside down and I left it on the air setting. And when I could watch it and keep an eye on it, I would put the heat on it so it would dry quicker, because this could have been like a 2-3 day process, but it only ended up being 1. So this is after the hair is completely dry. I am unrotting the hair to see what type of curl pattern we got going on. And you'll be able to see that the hair looks kind of greasy, kind of stringy. That's from the product residue still in it. You're going to need to wash this hair 2-3 more times and let it air dry, which it can air dry a lot quicker when it's open versus to when it's curled on the rods. So this is the curl pattern we have, and I was so excited because I'm like, ooh, what are we going to get? Because this looks like a loose wave. This is how loose wave, like the Burmese wave kind of looks when you get fresh bundles like that. So I was like, I wonder what this is going to look like after I wash it. And then here's a bundle so you can see what that looks like straight out the rods before washing. And I did wash this hair 2 additional times after I took the rods out. And I also to put the Coco and Eve hair mask on it because I freaking love that mask for my bundles, for my natural hair. It just really keeps the hair moisturized and calms it down, makes it silky, shiny, and allows it to move. I just really like it. Like, I saw the company put the ad up over holiday. A lot of people like, everybody in this video has on wigs, da da da. But this product works for everyone. So I'm just extremely happy with the Coco and Eve product and how it does for my natural hair as well as my bundles. So I'm extremely happy with how this color came out, even with the differentiation between the two different bleaches. The hair is still super, super, super soft. And our changing the curl pattern method worked. Does this not look like it was just body wave from get-go? That's so lit. And the hair still feels so good. It didn't dry out from being boiled. And I also put the Coco and Eve hair mask on it. I freaking love that mask. Like, I freaking love that mask. I put it on all my hair now. Like, it just changes the weave. It just gives it a whole new life and really keeps it from drying out. So this is what the hair looks like. This is the color. We have a true honey brown and we did not deposit any color on top of it. So now I'm going to go ahead and make the unit. And we're going to see what she looks like because now she's a body wave. She'll definitely hold a curl better. She's still super soft. And yeah, we definitely washed her a couple times and she's still waving it up. I was a little skeptical on that first wash because she just got really straight in the water. But I'm like, body wave does this too. And when she dried, she came back. So yes, let's see how this unit turns out. And this looks lighter because it's in this yellow light up here, but it's all the same. Now the two, we'll talk about that in a minute, but two of the bundles are a little bit lighter, but I think it's gonna blend nicely. So let's get it. So this is the finished styled hair. She's still soft, she still moves, she still grooves. And yeah, so the bleach trial definitely showed me what bleach I really want to start using more often now, which is the Wello one. It definitely took up the color a lot more and gave it highlights and lowlights without me having to do too much of anything else to it besides the normal bleaching process. It is softer than the frontal, I would say. They're both still really soft, but I definitely can still, the bottom layers are definitely softer, and you can see that it's lighter. Like, you can see all those highlights and lowlights, and I didn't have to do anything to it. The frontal is still really pretty, and we didn't even get to use that middle other bundle because I just like how this was feeling and looking, so we just went with that. But yes, the hair still moves, grooves, and how we changed the curl pattern, because I don't feel like these curls would hold at all if the hair was still straight. Straight hair just does not hold curls very well. Like, it'll do it for a hot second, or you have to like really spray it down with hairspray, and just adding all that extra product just makes the hair really stiff and it just doesn't move as well to me. So we changed the curl pattern and it's still bouncy and soft, and it's like a real permanent curl pattern change. So I'm in love with it. This color, this hair took bleach, lifted really, really nicely, and I love the color it came, so I didn't have to deposit anything on top of it. So all of that, like, this hair company is bomb. So I'm so here for it. Hopefully I get to show you some more of them on my channel. And yeah, so that's video 1, and we'll probably come back and do like a get ready with me video so I can style it how I really want to style this length hair, because these curls, like, it's cute, it's just not giving me enough. I want to do my like little water beach wave thing with it. So we're gonna do a get ready with me and do that, and give you a whole little rundown on my life. Why you probably didn't know I was MIA, but I was over here MIA from the gram, from all social media for maybe 2 weeks. Like, everything that was posted was like pre-taken, and I just posted it because, you know, this is my job, so I had to post it. So finally feeling back up to being on camera and talking and being my lively self. Like, she's back, because y'all, it was tough out here. So we're gonna get into all of that in the next video with this hair, showing off this hair again, and how I just feel like a bombshell with it. But anyway, okay, let me get off of here. So hope you enjoyed this video and this bleach test, curl, change your curl pattern, all of that good stuff.
And yeah, if you have not already, make sure you subscribed, and I will see y'all in my next one. Stay true.
I got calls calling, a young Shrek was falling.